Hi everybody, and welcome back to Plastic Models by a Regular Dude and part number 7 of the Persson tribute build, Airfix 148 scale North American P51D, kit number A05131. So where we left off last time, fuselage got buttoned up and cockpit's all done, tail wheel, tail installed and all that. So the next part that will be time to move on to is step number 26, which starts with the wings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out all these parts for the wings and then talk a little bit about what I plan on doing. Okay, the first thing to take note of on this part here, these parts fit together here, and these ribs fit in between some spots on here. So one thing to keep an eye peeled on is these things here. As you can see, hopefully, they're quite a bit wider on the base than they are at the top, and because of that, it doesn't quite fit in between the detail on this part here. So what I've done on this side, and I test fit it and it works fine, is I'm just trimming it, just the back edge, not the whole thing, but just the back edge, just trimming it like this, kind of tapering it down just so it fits a little better. God, sorry about the camera wiggling. Okay, that way it fits in between that detail better, and it's quite easy. You could sand it, I suppose, but this is much easier, and you can control, how far you're going in this way. Okay, so I'm doing it to all those. I'll do a quick test fit, and voila, it fits a lot better, a lot easier. When I first started trying to put it together, I just couldn't get it to bottom out. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side here and then glue it all together. Okay, so I got the wings upper and lower cut out and this part assembled, and it's dried. So now this part needs to go here. So I'm going to glue this in place and then do some test fitting of the wings onto the fuselage. So I'm thinking I might have a little bit of warpage action going on the wing, because I don't know if you can see it, but the wing is kind of bowed that way. Same there. It'll probably straighten up once I glue it in place, or the upper wings in place, but also this part here, when I get it fit snug on that side, it seems to be kind of twisted, and I can't tell if it's the wing or if it's this part here that is twisted. But it doesn't really matter, because it'll all kind of line up hopefully once I get it glued together. So start with this side over here. It's going to take some clamping here and there. So we'll start here. Get one of my small clamps. Make sure that's clamped really well. Now, after I get this glued up, I'm going to have to decide if I want to do the drop tanks or not. I haven't really decided if I'm going to, but it's something I need to determine right now, because I'll have to drill some holes in case I do plan on doing the drop tanks. So let's see, let's get this cemented here and there and there. So I'll use this clamp here. We'll let that set up for a few minutes. Okay, so I got the gear bay portion glued on, and I've got the wings taped together because I just wanted to test the fit for the wing roots. So it all fits together real nicely. When this is glued into place, it's going to contour to the fairing up here real nicely on both sides. So the only thing that's kind of a gap is right here, where the front part of the wing meets the fuselage. So I'm gonna have to look at my references and see what that should look like. I'm not thinking it should be such a big gap, and if so, I'll probably have to fill it in and then just rescribe it. But anyway, that fits really good like that. So what I'll probably do is I will start gluing these wings together, get all that done, and then I can move on to the gun cover portion there. So before we get too crazy, I need to make sure that I glue in the lights, the landing lights. They'll only go in one way because there's like a little tab thing, and as you can see, those look pretty nice. They kind of wonky looking, but not bad. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to glue this in, and then I'm going to paint the inside the appropriate colors before I button everything up. So I'm going to use, I want to make sure that it doesn't interfere with the, no, we'll be good. This is deep enough here that the thickness of that light won't do anything weird with the wing there. Yeah, so we're good. So that's there. I think I am going to knock down this edge here. Now, keep in mind that these protrude the lenses so they stick through and kind of sit flush there. But what I want to do is I want to carefully sand this back edge here just to make sure that it's thinned out. Yeah, like that. Okay, so we got that. So I'm going to use, oh yeah, perfect. So I'm going to hold this in place for a minute and then come back. Okay, so I got the landing lights done. So I can now take care of gluing the wing together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this end here, make sure everything's lined up, and okay, hold it here, start here. Make sure it's squished together really good. These clamps are awesome. They work really well. And they're very simple. Yo! So let me let that dry for a sec. Okay, just like with the fuselage, I'm going to work my way around this whole thing. So I need a little bit of cement right here. Now the curvature looks like it will straighten up as I move up the wing. Hopefully it will. It's got a little bit of curve going to it. So I'm going to have to make sure when I clamp it together, I clamp it in a way that straightens it up. That looks pretty good. It'll be all right. So I need to put a little bit of cement down in here. There's a gap down inside of there. So we got that. So now I think I'm going to work my way up the back side here. Squeaky. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this, put some tension on it, and hold it straight while I glue this back edge here, because I want it to be as straight as possible. I'm gonna hold this in place a little bit. Hope it cures up straight. Okay, after gluing it like I did, as you can see, it turned out pretty straight. I'm stoked. So now I can move on to this side and get this side glued up. So I'll start right here. And work my way up. Just like that. So we'll clamp this up like this. And, oh, whoops. Let that dry up for a minute. And once that dries, I'll go ahead and do the other side off camera. Then we can come back and work on the gun sections here. Okay, so the next part is the guns. As you can see here, I've got this one installed already. And as you can see, if I do say so myself, it looks pretty good. It's going to need a little bit of sanding, but very little actually. And which is fine because I'm going to be filling in most of these panel lines and stuff, and rivets and all that kind of junk. But that's for another video. But anyway, I've got this one in here, and basically what I did to get it to fit correctly, because as you can see when I put it in here like this, it fits pretty good, but it kind of sticks up a little bit right there. So what I ended up doing is I just used the edge of my blade and scraped it back kind of at an angle so I wouldn't take off too much material at once. Made sure that the corners were good. And then test fit. Okay. Need to take a little bit more out right there. Yeah, that piece went out. Fit it. And already it's a little bit better. So basically I just kept taking it down till that fit flush like that all the way around. There's a little bit of a gap on the top, but again, that is going to be filled in. So as a matter of fact, that was just about ready to go. So I'll glue that in and then let it set up, and I end up with this right here, and it looks pretty good. So that'll be that. So I will work on this one. I'll get this one installed. This one's actually ready to go. All I got to do is glue it. So with that, I'm going to call it the end for steps 26 through 29. I'm getting close to half an hour here. Don't want to get it too long. So next time when I come back, we will continue working on the wings, but in the next episode we're going to be doing the filling on the wings. I'll talk about the illustrations and diagrams that I have to show what to fill in, and we'll take it from there. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hints, tips, blah blah blah, put them in the comments section down below. I would really appreciate it. I will get back to the comments as quickly as I can. So thanks for joining me here on Plastic Models by a Regular Dude, the Peter Persson tribute build, part number 7 of the Airfix 1/48 scale P51D Mustang. So until next time, I will see you later.